Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a Child Listener by me. So let's get into it. Child had no idea what was going on as of late, but he knew very well that something was wrong, and it was very serious whatever it was. It seemed like something was wrong with you. He had no idea what it could be, but you seemed a lot more anxious, alert, and a lot more fearful. He tried to ease your fears, tried to be by your side more often, tried reaching out to you, asking you about why you're acting so strangely, but you always waved him off. It's alright, child. I I could be just a little bit tired. I didn't sleep well lately, so it may be just that. You say, and at first he tries buying your excuses, tries justifying whatever you're doing, until he realizes there's no way that any of what you're saying is true. You're just trying to reassure him, but you are doing the exact opposite. Pushing him so far away from you is not helping him or you in any capacity. And that's why he knows that whatever it is that you're hiding so much, guarding away from him, it must be something serious. And he must know what it is and stop things from getting worse. If he could do anything, it had to be now, before you drifted further away from him, before you were too far gone, and it was too late to save you. He was not going to let it get to that stage. He would never want that. And most importantly, he knew that he loved you beyond anything else. And right now what he wanted was to know for sure that you're okay. To know that you're safe. And not just on a physical level, but from your mind as well. He knows this very well. How the mind can be truly evil, consuming you in ways that even physical pain could never amount to. And he knows that whatever is wrong with you must be very big, that even you are afraid to tell him. Has he not shown you his love unconditionally? Shown you how far he would go for you? He has. He knows he has. So he cannot find any reason within his mind as to justify whatever you're doing. And it terrifies him, the way that he's unable to reason it out within his mind, to find out why you're truly doing this, why you're no longer paying attention to him, why you're always ignoring him in this way, hurting him in his heart that has always known to love you. So, when it's the middle of the night, the two of you sleeping side by side, and you wake up with a scream, surely he wakes up and he's very scared by what's going on. Startled, his eyes are wide, and he looks a little bit pale, looking around. And he seems to be very alert until he realizes that you only had a nightmare. You were curled up on the bed, seemingly not hurt. You wanted to check, but he was too afraid to touch you. As not to startle you, he did not. He only looked at you for a couple of moments, turning on the lights, and then reaching out, so slowly and so gently as to hold your hand. Leon, my darling, please, what can I do for you? You shook your head, trying to tell him that there wasn't much that he could do. He already felt like you were a burden as is. He couldn't handle being more than that. But to him, you are a blessing. Everything you had to do for you was a way of honoring the blessing that came into his life. The blessing that was you. So he just shook his head at your response. cupping your face within his hands, making you look up at him, the tears falling out of your eyes, and quickly wiped away with his thumbs. Sweetheart, please, just tell me what I can do. You don't have to tell me what's going on. I don't mind. Not if it will bother you. But at the very least, let me be with you. Let me comfort you. As your lover and your boyfriend, it's the least of what I could do. Being by your side is what I want. And don't you ever dare think that you're a burden just by asking for my help or even needing it. He started to cry harder, and he knew that the walls that you've built around your heart have started to collapse. That's when he brought you into his arms, hugging you fiercely. He was very protective of you, and perhaps today it was more obvious than usual. He stroked your back gently, and as he pulled you into his lap, rocking you back and forth as if to comfort you, you began to get a lot quieter, calmer, until the tears had slowed to a stop. And that's when Childe looked at you and gave you a soft smile. How are you feeling now? Is everything alright? He asked, and you blushed, giving him a gentle smile. You felt embarrassed that you needed him that much. But you know, had you not been there, you would have stayed crying for a while now. Yes, everything's better now. You tell him, and he smiled softly, running a hand through your hair once again, and holding you closer. It's alright, Wayan. It must have been a bad dream. But next time, make sure you sleep in my arms. And know that nothing will ever harm you, so long as I'm nearby. He would never let anything or anyone lay a single hand on you, because he loves you more than life itself. And to him, your safety and your happiness meant the entire world.